in this video, it says given the function, find the inverse function. So we're going to basically find the inverse of whatever they give us here. Now they gave us a square root function, and they restrict the domain to x greater than or equal to -2, because obviously you can't take and plug in something less than -2, because if I plugged in -3 plus 2 would be -1, and root of -1 is imaginary. So they're just restricting the domain to make sure that we have real numbers for our outputs. Now, to find the inverse, we're going to follow these steps. Step 1, we're going to write that as y equals -3 root x plus 2 minus 6, and then I'm going to switch the x and y values. So step 1, switch x and y values. Then I'm going to solve for y. I'm going to start by adding 6 to each side. So I get x plus 6 equals -3 root y plus 2. I am now going to square each side. So I'm going to square each side of this equation because I got to get rid of the square root. So I'm going to say that we're going to have -3 root y plus 2 is squared. When I take this piece and multiply it by itself, you would have, well, I can square this, so that'd be x squared. You know what? Let's not do that. No, let's do it. X squared. This would be, we'll write it all out. X plus 6. So this is x plus 6 times x plus 6 equals -3 root y plus 2 times -3 root y plus 2. When I multiply this, I get x squared plus 6x plus another 6x plus 36 equals, when I take -3 times -3, I get 9. And then the square root of y plus 2 times the square root of y plus 2. Each of these have a exponent of a half. So when I multiply two things with like bases that have half for their exponents, I add the exponents, half and a half as a whole. So I just end up with y plus 2 to the first, but I don't need to write the 1. So now from here I can write this as x squared plus, this would be 12x plus 36 equals 9y plus 18 when I distribute. I'm going to then subtract the 18 over. I get x squared plus 12x. This would be plus 18 equals 9y. And then I'm going to divide by 9 for each piece. And I'm going to end up with 1/9 x squared plus 4/3 x plus 2. And that would be step 3, my f inverse function. So that's the inverse of the original square root function. Now remember that this is defined by the domain x has to be less than or equal to -6.